Welcome to NFL Primetime.
I'm Craig Berman, joined by my partner, Reason, and we have a lot to discuss in Week 5 of the NFL season.
The NFL was crazy this week. A lot of quarterbacks going off, wide receivers going off, defenses showed out, offenses showed out. It was a very entertaining Week 5.
Yep, a whole lot to get to. Phoenix, Arizona, where we have the Cardinals, the Eagles, old NFC East matchup from way back in the day. Tremblay, #1 overall pick in last year's draft, starts the game off with an ugly interception.
He telegraphed it all the way, stared him down, and threw the pick. Even though the Cardinals started the game off terribly, they would still be up 14-10. Tremblay, play action, has nowhere to go with the football, ends up getting sacked by that ferocious Eagles defensive line.
Tremblay has another chance to make up for it, but he throws an interception again.
And I don't understand this. He has a comeback open on the right side of the field, but he decides to throw it into coverage. Freeman gets the ball, and he takes it all the way. Now, in the third quarter, despite the Eagles playing great, the Cardinals would still be leading. Score would be 21-17. Eagles have the ball right here. Davis scrambles, throws the ball on the run into double coverage, and the wide receiver makes the play because of a terrible play by the defensive back. Just amazing concentration by 10 right here. Definitely should have been an interception. He reels the ball in. Now the Eagles are leading 24-21.
3rd and 1. Bryant gets the ball right up the middle when he could. Go. Oh. The way. 30-yard touchdown run, and the Cardinals take the lead.
It's the fourth quarter now, and Tremblay needs to make a play. They're down by 3. Scores 31-28. Tremblay with the play action, lobs the ball up to Broussard, and he just mosses the DB. Broussard isn't a big body wide receiver. He normally doesn't make plays like this, but he made the play right there. 3rd down and 9. Tremblay ends up throwing an interception to Jefferson on the curl route, and that's just a bad football play by the quarterback. The corner has inside leverage. Quarterback throws it to the inside. What do you expect? But they would still have a chance with less than a minute left.
And all eyes are on the 30-20 #1 overall pick to keep their season alive. Tremblay drops back, finds a man, touchdown. Touchdown, Arizona.
And the Arizona Cardinals are now 3-2 on the season. They defeat the Philadelphia Eagles, who are now 1-4. And now the Arizona Cardinals have a winning record. What a long way to come from. They had the #1 overall pick last season. Isn't it crazy to think about that the Philadelphia Eagles are the only team that beat the Detroit Lions so far this year? And they lost every other game. That's crazy.
In Seattle, we have the 1-3 Seahawks and the 2-2 Saints. The Seahawks might have the best receiver in the NFL, Andy Brewer. And the Seahawks make sure to feed their star receiver to start the game. Andy Brewer gets the ball down the sideline for a 36-yard gain.
Then the quarterback, Brad James, manipulates the defense with his eyes and finds Andy Brewer once again for a touchdown. But the Saints will respond back, finding their star running back, Graham McShawn, and he goes for a big gain on the screen. The Saints will end up taking the lead. Seahawks will be trailing by 7. With 44 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter, 2nd down and 1, James finds Andy Brewer, his #1 target.
Once again, the Seahawks find Andy Brewer on the curl route. 13-yard reception on that play. 1st and 10 with 30 seconds left. He finds Andy Brewer in for another touchdown, and the Seattle Seahawks are an extra point away from tying. But they decide to go for 2. James under center this time. Shot to the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Seahawks end up losing this game, dropping to 4 losses on the season. They'll be 1-4, while the New Orleans Saints now have a winning record, 3-2. And that's sickening. The Seattle Seahawks 1 win on the season, and they have the best wide receiver in football. Andy Brewer had 241 receiving yards in this game, and it didn't even matter. And that's shocking considering that this team won 10 games last season.
Yes, Reese, it's quite shocking that the Seattle Seahawks fell off from where they were last year. A very good team, promising wide receiver. Now they have 4 losses on the season. How do they bounce back?
Well, it first starts with their coach not being stupid and going for 2 at the end of the game. Like, what was that? They had all the momentum. They could have had a chance to win that game, and I just think they blew an opportunity.
But these 2 teams have an opportunity to win their first game of the season. The winless Browns and the winless Chargers.
And early on, the Browns find future Hall of Fame wide receiver Tyler Alexander. He got punished after the play. Now, going into the third quarter, the Browns will be down by 2 touchdowns, 14-28. They throw it up to Johnson, and it's ended up intercepted by Pittman. Despite the Browns having a very talented team, a very talented wide receiver core, they just can't get it right at the quarterback position, and they can't get it right on the offensive side of the ball.
The Chargers have an opportunity to take a 3-score lead right here.
Evans decides to throw it deep. Mosby catches the ball inside of the 5-yard line. They would end up handing the ball off to Nash, and he would get into the end zone. After that, the Browns would come all the way back, and they would have a chance to tie the game right here.
Final score, Chargers 42, Browns 35. Chargers get their first win of the season.
The Browns are 0-5 on the season, and I think it's time to blow it up. The number one thing they should do is trade Tyler Alexander. This guy is a future Hall of Fame wide receiver, doesn't deserve to ride on bad teams. The Browns also have a very talented wide receiver core. They got 2 other good wide receivers. I think it's time to give him a chance and the opportunity to compete at a Super Bowl level.
In LA, SoFi Stadium, 3-1 Rams, 2-2 Cowboys. 2 of the most dangerous offenses in the NFL.
And the LA Rams are led by star quarterback Sean Amery, one of the most talented quarterbacks to ever play the game. He starts off the game making insane plays. They would send the H-back in motion. It's a play-action pass. He doesn't find what he likes, decides to scramble, and then just throws the ball in the middle of the field with great touch for a 31-yard reception. Now, as we get on to the second quarter, Amery decides to keep the ball on the option. Now he's running outside, showing off his speed. Makes a cut. I think if he didn't make that cut, he would have went all the way.
Play action pass, folds the defense. Amery goes deep, and that's a touchdown for the Rams. They take the lead.
Fourth quarter, money quarter. Rams have the ball deep in the Cowboys territory, trailing 3 points. Second down and goal. Amery decides to throw it up to Mathis, and he puts the ball in the perfect spot for a touchdown. Soon as he gets the ball, he releases it. All Mathis has to do is stick his hands out, and it's 6. But they will be trailing by 3 once again with less than 2 minutes left. Amery scrambles on the slant, throws it perfectly to his star receiver, Gabe Williams.
Amery scrambling. Throws it to Drew. Down the middle of the field, he could go all the way.
And it puts them up 42-38 with 1 minute left to go in the game. Amery decides to keep it on the option, and he has a lot of space to run, and you are not catching him from behind. He did go all the way that time. And the Rams continue to show why they are a Super Bowl contender. They're 4-1 now. They put up 50 points. Well, not really 50, but 49 against this Dallas Cowboys defense. I think the Rams have a great chance of getting to the Super Bowl and possibly winning. I think they might be the only team that could go blow for blow with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yep, they look good. Great quarterback, great wide receivers, explosive tight ends, explosive running backs, offensive line doing a great job. It's going to be very hard to stop the Los Angeles Rams.
In Tampa, Florida, we have the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Atlanta Falcons, one of the best teams in the NFL, versus the Bucks, one of the worst teams in the NFL. What could go wrong for the Bucks? I don't know. And it's raining too. This plays into the elements of the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons are a very physical run-first team. The Bucks, extremely talented on the perimeter, but not great up front. Brett Nugent gets the ball early with a 9-yard reception, getting smacked over the middle though. Patrick finds Brett Nugent once again. Patrick was the Heisman Trophy winner last year. He's a rookie right now, was the 3rd overall pick in the draft, and he was drafted 3rd overall to make plays like this. Throwing the ball on the left side, a dime to Tony Allen for a 30-yard reception. But the Falcons will respond back and put the ball right in the end zone with a 1-yard touchdown run.
First quarter, there wasn't much action. Second quarter wasn't much action. This is probably the best play of the second quarter. Montgomery getting demolished after he caught the ball for a first down.
Patrick and his team are trailing right now by 2 touchdowns. 4:45 left to go in the third, but he throws this beautiful dime down the field to Brett Nugent, one of the best receivers in the league. Second down and 10, Patrick scrambling, has a spy on him, but throws to the other side of the field and finds Allen for a 35-yard reception. They have a chance to tie it right here, but he throws it into double coverage and it's picked off.
But Patrick has another chance. Goes deep for Nugent, catches the ball, and he could go the way. 75 yards for a touchdown.
In the fourth quarter, the Bucs still thought that they would have a chance to win this game. Start of the fourth, Patrick play action, scrambling, trying to find somebody, ends up throwing the ball in the middle of the field, and Mozzie York mosses a linebacker for a 29-yard gain. That was his first catch of the game. Mozzie York is a second-round pick. The number 2 wide receiver, he's doing a pretty good job as a rookie so far. This is just an unbelievable catch. He was on the same page with his quarterback. Quarterback sees that he's getting past the linebacker, kind of underthrows it, and he just snatches the ball from him. The linebacker had to be upset. But all hopes for victory went down the drain with this interception from Casey Patrick right here. One-on-one coverage. Walker ends up picking the ball off of Brett Nugent, and that would be the end of the game. Atlanta low-key ran up the score at the end of the game, and they would win 52-28 over the Bucs.
The Falcons are looking like one of the best teams in football. I'm extremely impressed from what I've seen so far this season. The Bucs, on the other hand, god-awful.
Yeah, they are terrible. It's looking like they're going to get the number 1 overall pick this year.
Ravens, Bengals, M&T Bank Stadium, 2 of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the game.
You're right about that, Craig. Keenan Day's quarterback of the Ravens, and their rookie for the Bengals, Tyler Waffle. But it be first down and goal. Keenan Days gets the ball on the option, and he gets into the end zone untouched. Tyler Waffle hits his wide receiver J.J. Treson on the out route right here from the opposite hash, but it doesn't really mean much. Getting into the second quarter, Ravens would still be up 7-0. Keenan Days gets the ball, has a lot of protection, and lobs the ball up with great touch over the defense, and Harris gets inside of the 5-yard line. Right here on second down and goal, Day shows off his athleticism, scrambling to the right and throwing the ball right before the defender gets to him for a 3-yard touchdown.
Tyler Waffle on the option, whoop, whoop, made the defense look stupid.
This right here is why they drafted Waffle, number 4 overall. He fits the ball in one of the tightest windows you'll ever see, putting him in prime position to make this a one-score game with 3:23 left to go in the first half. Waffle, with time, throws the ball down the middle of the field and finds Jamar Butler for a touchdown.
Ravens dominate 35-7. Keenan Days throws a perfect pass to Raydlon Lions for a touchdown.
I thought this game was going to be a lot more competitive, but the Baltimore Ravens put their foot in Cincinnati's butt, 49-14. The Ravens move on to 5-0, one of the best teams in the league, while the Cincinnati Bengals drop to 3-2. Very promising team with a very talented young quarterback in Tyler Waffle. Man, this AFC North is going to be a great division this year. The Baltimore Ravens looking real good. Cincinnati Bengals, even though they got blown out today, they look real good. And then on top of that, the Pittsburgh Steelers are pretty damn good as well. Cleveland Browns is the only team that's bad in the division, and in my opinion, they're a very talented team, but they're just underachieving right now. Let's go to East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the New York Giants face off against the Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers have one of the most dominant rushing attacks in the NFL with one of the best running backs in the NFL. While the New York Giants aren't a bad team, but they don't do anything exceptional. The Packers pretty much ran the ball the entire game. They handed the ball off to Gary Williams, one of the best running backs in the league, and he gets into the end zone. They're up 28-21. They hand the ball off once again and get the ball in the end zone again. And the Packers win this game 42-28 with a heavy dose of the ground game. And whenever the Giants thought they were going to run the ball, Packers would hit them with the play action and find guys open downfield, like on this play.
On Thursday Night Football, we had CBS go to East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the Miami Dolphins played against the New York Jets. Classic NFL rivalry.
Classic NFC East rivalry. First quarter, Dolphins offensive line shows you how dominant they are. Green basically walks into the end zone untouched for a 16-yard reception. Now the Jets have the ball. Hills under center, he drops back, getting a little bit of pressure, throws it into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And it's extremely shocking considering that Jacoby Sams is a 6'10 tight end. and he still couldn't box him out. Second quarter, Dolphins up 21-0. Shane Moss hits him with a pump fake, and Lorenzo Fisher, the first round pick out of North Dakota State, with a 55-yard touchdown reception. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. Moss throws it to Fisher again, and he mosses the DB. Lorenzo Fisher, only 5'10", but this guy makes an impact. And of course, he had to finish the drive with a 4-yard touchdown reception. And the Miami Dolphins win this game 56-31, showing you why they might be the best team in the AFC East.
In Charlotte, North Carolina, 2-2 Panthers, 3-1 Niners, facing off.
The Niners get the ball to start the game, and they find the best tight end in the NFL, Chris Bird, right up the seam for a 25-yard reception. Moving on to the third quarter, the Niners would be up 28-14. Mosley decides to throw it to Chris Bird once again in the middle of traffic, and he fights for extra yardage. Fourth quarter now, and the game has gotten a little bit more competitive. First down and 10, Mosley with a bunch of time can pat the ball, ends up finding Chris Bird down the field, and he gets around the 50-yard line. And what do the Niners like to do? They like to feed their best players. Once again, they find Chris Bird after he beats this DB, and he gets 21 yards on that play. But that would pretty much be the end of this game. The San Francisco 49ers win 37-28 over the Carolina Panthers. The 49ers are definitely one of those teams that might come out of the NFC. These guys have talent on every single level on defense. Their quarterback is decent, but they have a very good offensive line, the best tight end in the game, and on top of that, they have a very good running back.
The Niners are 4-1 now. I can't wait to see this battle for the NFC West between the Rams. It's going to go all the way down the wire, in my opinion. Welcome to the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 3-1 Steelers. 1-3 Bills. Can't wait to see what goes down today.
Pittsburgh Steelers, obviously the more talented team. Carwell, subscriber to the channel, is the quarterback for the Steelers, throws the ball off platform to Marlon Rest, to their Pro Bowl wide receiver, for a 27-yard reception. That was just bad defense right there by the Bills. Bills are playing cover 2 right here. Carwell throws it up to Rest 2, and he catches it off of the ricochet for a 37-yard reception. Now, moving on to the third quarter, the Steelers are up 20-14. Carwell throws a bullet pass right up the seam to Rest 2 in stride. Got to around the 50-yard line. First down and 10, Carwell, with no pressure at all, throws it back shoulder to Rest 2, and he gets into the end zone. This is great chemistry from the quarterback and the wide receiver. Knew what type of leverage the wide receiver had, put it in the right spot, and it's a touchdown. Fourth quarter now, Steelers up by 6. Carwell drops back, full-man rush, throws it to Rest 2. He catches the ball, hits him with a stiff arm, 26 yards on the play. Third down and 10, big conversion, throws it to Rest 2, and he mosses the DB and stays on his feet. Great concentration and focus by Rest 2 right here, catching the ball, reeling it in, and staying on his feet. That's very impressive. But the Pittsburgh Steelers win 39-29 over the Buffalo Bills.
The Raiders. The Kansas City Chiefs in Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium. One of the longest rivalries in the AFC West. Coach Bruce Petrie, future Hall of Fame running back, offensive coordinator for the Raiders.
And he's definitely been the most impressive offensive coordinator in football this year. Starting the game off, DeMarcus Williams has so much time, goes right down the middle of the field for Dustin Wood, and it's a 60-yard touchdown reception. That's what happens when you have so many weapons on the Raiders offense. You don't know who to guard, you leave the middle of the field wide open, and you forgot their fourth wide receiver is pretty fast as well.
Hand off to Cal Smith. Whoop. He could go all the way.
And he does. One of the scariest home run threats at the running back position that we have in our sport. The dumbest thing that any team can do is play single high, man-to-man coverage against the Las Vegas Raiders, and they're going to beat you every single time. They just have way too much speed on the perimeter. DeMarcus Williams made him pay right there. And with 5 seconds left to go in the first quarter, they would do the same thing once again, and DeMarcus Williams made him pay again. Kyle Williams catches the rock, and he goes all the way. And even sometimes when they don't play man-to-man but still have single high coverage and play a coverage like cover 3, they played it right here. Williams goes deep, Kyle Williams beats the defense again and he's gone for another touchdown. I think this was great coaching by the Raiders offensive staff, and this was coaching malpractice by the Chiefs defensive staff because they let up 73 points in an NFL game. And I know this is probably the most explosive offense in NFL history, but 73 points is unacceptable.
NRG Stadium, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, NFC South rivalry, two of the best quarterbacks in the sport.
Tremont Shady, star quarterback for the Houston Texans, starting down 14-3, has pressure in his face and finds his all-pro tight end Brent Roberts right down the middle of the field. Shady, with time this time, decides to go deep, finds Chris Ferguson, the all-pro wide receiver, and he gets into the end zone. 21-10 with 10 seconds left to go in the first half. The Texans find the end zone and make it a one-score game right before halftime. Now, going into the fourth quarter, Shady and the Texans will be trailing. Shady finds Brent Roberts right across the middle for a 24-yard reception. And the score is tied 24-24, 2:50 left. Shady makes one of the biggest throws of his career for 47 yards, being backed up near his own end zone. They were playing man coverage. And if you know anything about the Jacksonville Jaguars, that's where they excel. They haven't been giving up anything to these Texans receivers all game, and he drops it right in the bucket to Brent Roberts. With 3 seconds left to go in this game, score is tied 24-24. This is for the victory and the Texans to remain undefeated. Ball goes right through the uprights and the Texans win. This is a huge win for the Houston Texans, considering that they played up against an elite secondary, and a lot of people doubted them coming into this game. A lot of people doubted Tremont Shady, but he lit up this defense throw after throw after throw again, didn't get impatient with what the defense was giving him, and that's why the Texans are victorious and still undefeated.
Hey, watch out. We keep talking like the Las Vegas Raiders are the only team that's going to be able to get to the Super Bowl. I think not. I think the Houston Texans can make a difference. Right outside our nation's capital, the Washington Commanders, the Tennessee Titans, a Commanders team that's just trying to find their mojo back, a Titans team that just needs to win.
The Commanders are led by their elite offensive line and their star rookie running back, while the Tennessee Titans are led by their star number 1 overall pick, Vontae Austin. And the Titans were pretty much dominated from the start. Vontae doesn't do a great job of getting off of the block, and Donald Taylor, their star running back, gets into the end zone. Second quarter, Washington gets their second touchdown of the game, running the ball right down the Titans' throat. Fourth quarter, they're up 17-7. Vontae Austin gets cut, and Donald Taylor walks into the end zone for his second touchdown of the game. And Washington wins 24-21, but the score was not this close.
One of the perennial contenders, the Detroit Lions, going up to Foxborough, Massachusetts, to play against the New England Patriots.
First highlight of the game is Jeremiah Hawkins baiting the quarterback into throwing that screen. He ends up breaking the tackle, gets tackled by the second man, but just with a heads-up play. Recognizing the screen immediately, putting your foot down, planting your foot in the ground, snatching the ball out of the air, making a huge play for the defense. Now, we're on to the third quarter. The Lions are up 21-0 over the 0-4 Patriots. Patriots decide to keep it on the ground, and Jeremiah Hawkins blows up the play immediately. The Lions had their way with the Patriots all game long. Their quarterback, Martin Olich, is a rookie. He makes a terrible mistake of checking the ball down right there, and Jeremiah Hawkins almost had the pick six. They're up 24-7. Hawkins blows up the quarterback with a sack. It seemed like this was a game where number 4 popped off the screen every single play. He did it once again with his second sack of the game, and he was obviously player of the game in this matchup. The Lions win 31-7. Jeremiah Hawkins has 2 sacks, 2 interceptions, a bunch of TFLs. He showed out.
The Wemby City, NFC North football, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears. Vikings are 2-2, Bears are 1-3.
The Bears have a star rookie wide receiver in Ryan Glick. They would feed him early on in this game as he catches this ball down the middle of the field, makes a guy miss as well. And Craig, you got to give me that whoop one time for the one time.
Whoop.
Third quarter, Bears will be up 24-21. Ryan Glick right down the middle of the field in traffic makes a tough catch as he was about to get his head knocked off. 9 catches, 128 yards. Start of the fourth quarter. Ryan Glick right underneath of the coverage ends up getting into the end zone, extending it to a 2-touchdown lead. And the Chicago Bears are now 2-3 on the season. After starting the season terrible, they may actually finally have a chance to go over 500.
Broncos, Colts, Lucas Oil Stadium, AFC football.
We know the Broncos are led by their number 2 overall pick at quarterback from last season, Dedrick Richardson, while the Indianapolis Colts are led by a kick returner, Deontay Lyons. But he's probably one of the best kick returners I've ever seen.
Deontay Lyons. Whoop. In the open field, you cannot catch him. He could go. Oh, go. Wave. 85-yard punt return for a touchdown.
Third quarter, Deontay Lyons gets it on the kick return up 21-14. And now he's racing down the sideline. Craig hit it for me.
He could go. Oh, go. Wave.
No, he couldn't. He got hawked down at the 1-yard line. But it's the fourth quarter now, 28-21. Lions once again on the kick return. Now he's going down the sideline. One man to beat. Can he get there? Hit him with a little step back. It doesn't work, but he gets to around the 10-yard line. Up 35-21, gets it on a punt return this time, in the open field, finds a lane, down the sideline, one man to beat, gets tackled around the 3-yard line. But the Colts ended up winning this game because of Deontay Lyons and his special teams efforts. They dominated this game really because they had great field position. Deontay Lyons put him in position to score a touchdown 3 or 4 times in this game, scored a touchdown on his own. He was tremendous. Definitely not a wasted pick. They took a kick returner in the first round. The Colts were criticized tremendously. But who's laughing now? They're 4-1. But thank you all for tuning in to NFL Primetime. I'm with my partner, Craig Berman. We'll see you guys next Sunday. You can be a character in the Reason Sports Network universe. We make content for high school, college, and the pros. You can submit a form. The link will be in the description. However, if you sign up with Patreon, you'll have a lot more customization and control over your character. The link will be in the description. You can also view your player's season and career stats online. The link will be in the description. I also added a social media feature for the universe to be more immersive. The link to that video will also be in the description. If you don't have Patreon, but you still want to be featured on the channel more, then make sure you're active in the comment section. You being consistently active reminds me to put you on the channel in some way. When you submit a form, your character will be put in the universe. You can see yourself in a live stream or video when teams play, but it's highly unlikely that you'll see me controlling your player throughout a game if you don't have Patreon. Signing up with Patreon gives you control over attributes, accessories, gives you a GTA face, control over your backstory, and you'll be one of the best players in the universe. If you want to see a similar video to this, then please watch this video right here.